A masked intruder showed up at my front door, but that didn't scare me one bit. Instead, I bolted upstairs to the second floor. When the intruder pushed the door open and stepped inside, all he spotted was the ball of yarn I'd left behind. I'd set it there to lure him up to the second floor. That is when a second intruder burst through the door. They figured out I'd headed upstairs, so they followed the trail of yarn right into the bedroom. But they couldn't find me anywhere, not until the bathroom shower curtain caught their eye. He raised his hammer and crept closer, nice and slow, but I'd been waiting there for him, ready and waiting. I hit him with my homemade flamethrower, and caught the intruder totally off guard. The other intruder started heading my way, but I didn't flinch for a second, then I made a break for it. The thugs were hot on my heels, and I tripped over something in the chaos, sending me tumbling down the stairs to the first floor. In a spot like that, all I could do was play dead. As the intruder came down the stairs, to check if I was dead, I slashed off his ear with my sharp ice skate. Then I kept scrambling toward the door to escape, but I was just a beat too slow. They cornered me with no point. I had no choice but to give in. 3 minutes later, they had me tied up and thrown in their car. That is when a cop car siren blared, forcing them to pull over. The intruders had no choice but to veer to the roadside. I knew a nasty showdown was about to go down, so I yanked the door open and bolted out, and sprinted like hell into the distance. Before long, one of the intruders charged out. He gunned down one of the officers, but the other cop dodged the worst of it. He ducked into a nearby convenience store, and that is where he ran smack into me. I hightailed it into the supermarket next door. Since the intruders had shown up there too, the wounded cop had also ducked into the convenience store. He then used a grabbed tool to cut my handcuffs. Now it was my turn to fight back and take them out. I snagged 2 bottles of motor oil first, and poured them out at the door to set a trap after that. I grabbed 2 big bags of ice and headed to the restroom. Sure enough, the intruder climbed in through the window. I knew he was right there inside, so I dumped the ice all over the floor, and that is when the intruder stepped out.